This is the GEPRC Cinebot25 version 2. Not the Cinebot. No, it's the Cinebox, because this is the box, not the drone. And trust me, have I got a story to tell you about this. Just as I was about to line up the final few flights, I'd virtually finished everything. I had a couple more things to do. I was ready to drop the review. And I just did one last pack. And you know what they say, never fly your last pack. And it was incredibly true on this day, because I just clipped the very edge of a tree coming back towards myself, and it went from being a drone to a submarine. Let me explain. What's up, fam? So this video is going to be a little bit different than what I'd expected it to be, unfortunately, due to my own idiocracy. It was supposed to be a full review of the 04 Pro version of the Cinebot25 version 2 from GEPRC. I had flights planned, had pre-flight checklists planned, although I forgot one thing from a pre-flight checklist, which means that you guys are going to be really disappointed with me later on in this video. And then I had a crash so bad that despite knowing exactly where the drone was and being able to see it, it is impossible to retrieve it. Let me be clear up front about what this video is and what this video isn't. This is like a review preview, if you like. I do have flight footage, and that should hopefully be on the screen by now. I've got POV footage from when I set my camera up and I went over the rugby post, so you can see sort of how the drone moves through the air. And I've got a real world impression as to how well this drone actually flies while it's out there. However, what I don't yet have is an Angry Karen noise test, although I can give you a score and we can estimate it based upon the camera's mic, but it's not very good. I don't yet have GPS testing, GPS rescue, position hold, altitude hold, all that sort of good stuff. I don't have the speed runs to tell you what the top speed is, and I don't have a full setup tutorial video yet. But what I do have is plenty of regret and a big apology, a grovelling apology to GEPRC, because they did send me this drone. They sent it me early. Unfortunately, it got delayed over Christmas, which meant it didn't arrive until the day it was released, hence why I was rushing to get as much done as I possibly could. And unfortunately, it's just one of those things. It's not GEPRC's fault. It's the fault of the logistics company, maybe a little bit of my fault, but can we blame trees? Because it was a tree that actually knocked it out of the air. Trees are dicks, therefore I am completely exonerated of any blame whatsoever in this thing. So GEPRC, I'm not sorry, blame the tree. No, I am sorry. Sorry. So what actually happened was, you can sort of see, and I'll try and highlight on the screen now, but basically I'm coming down this little rat run here. I never knew on the right hand side of that pole or that post that it's actually a bog. It's like 6 foot deep, marshland, sludge, slurry, and an uncapped mine. So it's a really dangerous place to go. There are signs there as well saying you mustn't go there, and even an emergency telephone number, which I'm still waiting for them to ring me back, I must admit, because I was concerned that where it had crashed, a kid could see it, they might hear it beeping, they might go in after it, it might short out, it might cause a fire. And I did explain all this to them on the phone, and I've not had a phone call back from them since. So I could only do what I could only do, and we've tried everything to recover it as well. Myself, OnlyDrones, with the help of Boy Wonder FPV, spent a couple of days trying to recover it. We had a look, we had a stick, we had a longer stick, we had an even longer stick, we sent a drone over, we scoured every inch of exactly where it was. We knew exactly where. This is the most frustrating thing about a drone crash most of the time, is you know exactly where it's crashed, but you just can't get to it. And I may be able to put up footage that I actually initially sent OnlyDrones after the crash, and you may be able to see the LED in it, and it's just too far away. Like, it's so close, but just too far away. But it's officially missing in action now, because when we went back, we couldn't see it, and it's just one of those things. And I want to be open and honest, because what I could have done is I could have just come along and I could have done a half-baked review, and I could have said, this is the best Cinebot drone of 2026, buy it, here's my affiliate link. But that's not what we do here. I'm going to hold myself accountable for what I've done, and I'm going to hold the channel accountable for putting it right in the future when we get a replacement. Sorry, GEPRC. Let's talk about the quad itself. because before it went swimming, I did actually fly it quite a lot. The Cinebot25 version 2 is GEPRC's latest evolution of their cinematic drones. This one has got a modular, removable 04 Pro head. Now, I hear you. A lot of you have already screamed at me on my shorts, but quads, SpeedyBee have already done that. What's so exciting about this? Well, SpeedyBee have done that, but SpeedyBee are very, very anti-customer, whereas GEPRC are not. The flip side as well is SpeedyBee have got 2 drones in their range, and I do know that GEPRC already have another 2 drones on top of this, so 3 drones in total to launch in the coming weeks. So yes, GEPRC may not be the first to it, but if they're not anti-customer like the other companies who have got one are, that's something that we should, as customers, at least celebrate, I think. So it's a 2.5-inch ducted cinematic FPV drone. It's designed more for your cinematic, smooth filming, flying. So one of the shots that I got when I put the initial sort of stuff up was, it's too heavy. It's never going to freestyle. It's going to be rubbish. I already know it's rubbish, but I've never flown it. And I respect everybody's opinion, but you've got to fly these things before you can make such a damning incitement. And I think the footage I've put up shows it is not a freestyle drone. However, you can freestyle this drone. So you just can't freestyle it into trees over sludge, slurry, wreaths, and open cast mines. Now it's 4S, so it's got loads of power. It's not something really designed to fly indoors. You can, if you've got a big enough space, fly it indoors. But I'm always a big advocate of picking the right tool for the right job. And in all honesty, I don't think this would be the right tool for the job. But just coming back just really quickly to those freestyle comments, because I've got a couple of points down here that I like to sort of keep abreast of. And we did power loops with it, we did split S's with it, we did flips, rolls. It's really responsive. Is it a 5-inch freestyle monster? No, it's really not. But it's not supposed to be. It's a 2.5-inch ducted Cinewhoop. Is it a soft floaty toy for inside? No, absolutely not. It's a really good in-between, and with the system and the modularity that GEPRC are bringing out, I think the potential here is really, really good. So my initial impressions in the air was it felt confident, it felt stable, it felt really smooth. When you really put it on it, it didn't seem to suffer wobbles or shakes. It was really, really good. And the problem with the crash is I'd gone all the way up to the top of the field underneath the 2 small goalposts at full power, millimeters above the ground. And what's really frustrating is I can't show you that. But the point is, it's not a shaky Cinewhoop that's struggling with its weight. It's really not. But it is confidence inspiring. Do you hit a tree, go down, never see it again. Now, sure, when you do some freestyle moves, the pedal loop will kick in when you are doing your flips and rolls and just increase the throttle and stuff because of the way it works with the Cinewhoop. But again, once you learn how to fly around that, you can absolutely freestyle it. And then when you're not doing that, like I say, from a cinematic point of view, the drone is really, really planted and flies really, really well. Obviously, just again, circling back slightly, the real point to highlight is the modularity in the 04 Pro system that GEPRC have installed in this. And I will come back to the point time and time again. I know it's not the first system out there to offer this. However, it's the first system from a mainstream company who is not anti-consumer, and also the potential is in the next few weeks, GEPRC will have more drones out than the other company. Now, but the great thing with that modularity system is you only need one 04 Pro for 3 drones. I, on the other hand, will need 2 because I'm an idiot and I crash into trees and lakes and sludge. So what's coming next with these videos? Well, what we're going to do is we've asked GEPRC to send us a replacement and they've kindly agreed to it. So when we get the replacement, obviously we will grab another 04 Pro, we'll stick it in it, we'll show you the modularity of the head, we'll do all the setup and the tech spec videos that we always do, we'll do the Karen noise test, we've got some new graphics for the Karen noise test, and obviously we'll do the speed test, GPS test and all that as soon as we get a replacement. And of course we've got the Drone Wall series as well, so we're going to pit it against the B25 from SpeedyBee because I know you guys really want to see that, and I do like the B25 from SpeedyBee but it's loud, and it's going to be really interesting to see exactly how well they fare in a head-to-head Drone Wars episode. And of course, we will give our final honest verdict on this drone when we actually have it. But the preview is here to be open, honest, and transparent. Like I say, I could have very easily cobbled together a slick video saying, this is amazing, that's amazing, look at this move, look at that move, I've got enough footage to do it. But that's not what we do on this channel. That it really isn't. I want to hold myself accountable, I want to hold the channel accountable, and I want to be honest. And again, I could have blagged it with GEPRC and not told them, but I want to be honest, and I want the channel and the community to be built on pure honesty. No excuses, no hiding it, just real FPV life. So yeah, to GEPRC, I'm genuinely sorry it was a tree's fault, but I'll take the blame because I'm a big man. And of course, this is the first ever time I've lost a quad since I've been doing this seriously. About 10 years ago, when I first started, I lost a quad under loads of branches. The wind, ironically, the wind took that. That was only a 2 or a 1S back then. And again, I know exactly where it is, but in 10 years, I've not been able to retrieve or recover it. But this is the first time since actually doing it seriously that I've actually lost anything, and it happened to be a quad on the release day. Sucks to be me today. To the squad out there, thank you so much for sticking with us on this. Thank you for being with us. If you're not in our Discord, jump in our Discord, because I have put recovery videos and pictures up of what happened. And you'll often find me chatting in there when I'm not chatting here on YouTube. So if you do want to sort of get involved a little bit with the behind the scenes stuff, the Discord is generally the best place. I'm not massively active in there, but I'll drop in a couple of times a day. And like I say, I've even dropped pictures of the recovery site in there for you guys to help have a look and see if you can help find the drone. But if you're not a member, it's free. We don't charge for it. We've got 300 odd members now. Come and join us. It's really fun. It's really relaxed. There's absolutely no egos. There was one ego and we got rid of it. It's as simple as that. So come, chill. We're all like-minded. We all want to help each other, and it's a brilliant place to be. And if you've got any questions about the Cinebot25 version 2, drop them down below. And I will answer what I can answer now. And if I can't answer it now, I will make sure your comment is highlighted and shown in the follow-up video. If you are interested in this drone, I'm going to leave an affiliate link in the description down below as well. It won't cost you any extra, but it will help the channel, and it will go some way to apologising to GEPRC. So if you've seen it on a few other channels, but you want to help us out to apologise to GEPRC, please do use our affiliate link. But if you don't want to, that's also fine by me as well. And to the Cinebot25 version 2, rest in sludge, my dear departed quad friend. Like, subscribe, hype, and comment, for you will see the Cinebot25 version 2.1 in a following video pretty soon. Thanks so much for watching. You're amazing. Peace out. YouTube and I have had a chat, and we believe that this is the video that you'll like the most. So watch it and let me know if they're right.